Hi! I've been wanting to build my own wind turbine for a while now, and I think my boat motor will work great for this, since it already has a gear built in for faster rotations. And the faster the motor spins, the more power it will produce. So I hopped into my CAD program of choice and designed these parts. We have the motor and the wheel turbine holder, then we have some clamps to hold the ball bearings, and some nuts and screws. And this base piece to connect to a rotating platform. Cue the build montage. Okay. This is what it looks like, mostly assembled. Version 1. And here we have the rotating base where the turbine will sit on. It just snaps in place, but to be safe, I glued it down. There we go, nice and secure now. Can it still spin? Yes!
And now, we'll take this, bring it over here. Stick it on there and just glue it in place, and we good.
Now I'm mounting the wings. I know foam board is not the best option, but I didn't really have anything else at that time. There we have it, the turbine fully assembled. And the little test shows it works well so far. Now I have hooked up the turbine to my multimeter to see the voltage, and to generate wind I will use a brushless motor on a metal plate. And it rolls away. Did I mention it's on wheels? It's on wheels. Anyway, here we go. Looking good so far. I'm slowly increasing the RPM. Full throttle!
Wow. That was probably not worth it, eh?
Indeed, it was quite pathetic. You know what? Let me make some changes. I have doubled the pitch angle in hopes of helping it to rotate easier and to reduce the drags on the wings. Also, I'm using my plane to create wind now. Well, I have doubled the pitch angle and half the performance. That is not what I wanted. I gotta do some more changes. So I went back to the low pitch angle, and I also added a gear shift to it. I can just pull here, then it's in first gear with a transmission of 1-to-1. Observe the universal joints on the left and right. Now I will it into second gear with a transmission of 2-to-1. Where the motor makes 2 rotations for every rotation of the rotor. Let's try it in first gear. Guess what? The pole is not strong enough, so I'll have to reinforce it with another pole. Now on to another test. First gear works well, but how about second gear? Come on, one more try. I need some sturdier wings. There's no way around it. And while I'm working on those, let me tell you about today's sponsor of this video. Me! Have you ever found yourself gaming and eating chips or a similar snack? And you're tired of getting your hands covered in crumbs? Oh boy, do I have the tool for you! The Chips Picker-Upper! With this tool, you can snack in peace knowing your hands and controller will stay crumb-free. Let me demonstrate. I'll just grab the smallest bag of chips I could find in my house, open it up and pour some out. Now I'll equip the Chips Picker-Upper. And I can pick up chips without getting crumb-covered fingers. I can also easily hold the controller and have full control of both the controller and the Chips Picker-Upper. Let me pick up a chip. It works flawlessly. If you want to have your own Chips Picker-Upper, check the link in the video description for the STL files. And props to whoever came up with them, because it was definitely not me. Now back to the terrible turbine. The wings are done now, and they're looking pretty good. I also added a custom bearing to the platform so the turbine can rotate more easily. Look at all those nice balls in there. I also swapped out the small motor for a bigger one. I hope it will produce more volts than the small one. The transmission here is 40 to 16, so 2.5 to 1, which is faster than the second gear from before. It turns pretty easily into the wind, which shows the rudder and bearing are working well. Now let's give it some beans! More! Holding the plane at the right spot is a lot harder than I thought. Here I got scared and cut the throttle. But I bravely continued. Full throttle! I stopped so the turbine wouldn't fall over because it started to wheelie. Wow. Well, that's how it went. And it was terrible, holy sh**. Despite having a bigger motor and a larger transmission, it performed worse. I don't get it. But the numbers speak for themselves. So I'll go back to using the small motor, cause that was way better. But I will keep the gear ratio so the motor spins even faster than before. Now let's give that a try. The voltage is already climbing faster than before. Nice. And we have a new record! How far will it climb? Give it full beans! Well, that was too many beans. I'll just stand it back up and weigh it down with more stuff. There, now it can't fall over. And I accidentally did a test where I didn't stand the multimeter back up. Oh, silly me. So I did another test. Let's just jump right to full speed. There we go, 1.5 volts. As much as a AA battery. And I don't think I can get any more out of it. Unless I do a complete redo. But I'm not gonna do that now. I'll just put the turbine outside and wait for some real wind. Well, that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas, inspirations or tips for me, leave them down in the comments. And you'll see me in the next one.